in some types of positions with me, I'd like to show this graph here. This is a very important graph actually. It is the active sports in Scotland, 1992. As you can see, males overrepresented the highest IQs in history, gifted to genius races. However, they also overrepresented the low IQs, low intelligence. And I'm saying low intelligence and not mentally inadequate, low intelligence. And females overrepresented the average. So, also SAT scores. We have the ability to understand emotions and logic at the same time. Okay, you also said about famous business entrepreneurs. I'd like to say that men are not risk takers. That's because according to authorized by Steve Lang, 92% of startups fail. So even if they were risk takers, they would fail, they would lose their money. And so we count that the 2% that actually succeed represent the entire male gender.
Thank you so much, time's up. President. Then we have the grace of God with my brother. First, we talked about oppression and oppression, and we keep talking about oppression. It's been 2 generations, we haven't gone to me. First, I'd like to say that about the video that you talked about the astronauts. You know how many women went to space? Only 59 out of 600 or 700 males. 9.9% of women have gone to space, while 536 of which 12 walked on the moon. You're talking about a pilot. How many pilots are there in the world? Millions. According to research by SVM Incorporation published in 2014, men and women have different mean hemoglobin levels in health and venous blood. Women have mean levels approximately 12% lower. More oxygen means more respiration equals more energy, which proves that we are strong. And you told me, you asked me a question, right? I'd like to clarify something. You told me that you want me to find a job that's only done by males and not females, right? So, according to the federal law, federal employment laws prohibit employees from hiring only men. That means that there should be men and women inside the job. This proves that your question is extremely relevant. And I would like to ask you something. Would you imagine the world without firefighters, policemen, and soldiers, etc.? The world would be destructive. move to the second rebuttal by the same debater, Jonathan Neely. Good game.
News 2015. So see, there is a gender gap, but it's decreasing by time at a very high pace. And why did this gender gap exist in the first place? Because the same way racism is there, the same way racism is there. The human nature is to be arrogant and proud and make himself up the hierarchy of the. So I'd like to say mention our middle names. I'd like to start with Mike Whitman. You said you told us to mention some companies led by women. We have HP here. She is the president and CEO of HP. She sold Roth in the company from 30 employees and 4 billion revenue to 15,000 employees and 8 billion in annual revenue. You know, that's a lot of money. You might say it's only one woman. However, let's see. Let's see PepsiCo, for example, the company that brings Pepsi and Lay's. We have 5 women in the top of the hierarchy of leadership. Let's go to Yahoo. The CEO and president and director of Yahoo is also a female. And the list would go on. And about the random jobs you said, according to the Atlantic and the Civil American War, as many as 600 women cross-dressed as men in order to fight, because it was unacceptable for women to fight. It was such a shame to join the military. However, they still did it, and today 85% of the US military is made up of females.
Thank you.
The first one they mentioned some part of the brain, the left hemisphere, connected between hemispheres, right? They give an advantage in the communication skills, right? Okay. I will name some jobs that are related and that require a lot of communication abilities, okay? First off, the federal parliament. This is an essay that is written by Aidan Edwards as part of a university degree where he says that the federal parliament in Australia contains 26.5% of women employees, 10% of women company board members, and 24.7% of women managers in the private sector. It's obvious. That's what. Let's take a look at another job that needs great communication skills. Sales management. According to Mark Johnson's book published in 2013 called Salesforce Management, recent data suggests women account for only 25% of sales reps and hold less than 20% in senior management positions. I mean, you also mentioned something about aggressiveness, right? So aggressiveness, you mean that men, when the bosses are aggressive, so the company is not as successful.
No question.
Where are the leaders? We talked about presidents. Let's talk about presidents. You also mentioned something about Hillary Clinton, right? Of course, first of all, at the House of Representatives in the US, women make up only 19.3% of the office. That's one. Seven, also, in the research conducted by Federal Department of Foreign Affairs in the US, 7% of the presidents and head of governments are in our world are women. And if we can name some of them, for example, Brazil's president, analysts say that Brazil's once booming economy suffers deep underlying illness. Also, Finance Minister Joaquim Levy said that the lowering of the surplus growth from 1.1% GDP to, of course, gross domestic product to 0.15% reflected the worsening performance in Brazil. You put the woman president, she's not doing anything right. That's right. Another president, Argentina's president, name of Cristina Kirchner, where inflation hit 100% at one point in the 1970s. Also, you had your rights back then, right? It dropped to 30% in 2015. Can you imagine, like, women, what have they done to our country? And also there is this global ranking is 143rd out of 196 countries. That's one. The labor market is undeveloped and 80% of the workforce is engaged in informal activity. This is according to the 2016 Index of Freedom Research. Of course, you mentioned something about your emotions and how women are not human. The question is, do you really need to be so human in professional careers? You really need to be, you have to be strict, you have to give them a deadline to finish their work. This isn't right. This is a commission, a research commissioned by David Brown of online recruitment firm. It says that 2/3 of women said they prefer their male boss because of their straight talking, get to the point attitude, which makes them easier to deal with. Okay? They are also much less likely to have a hidden agenda, suffer mood swings, or get involved in office politics, workers said, which are women. Of course, about 3,000 men and women were asked about that survey. A quarter of women accuse female bosses of backstabbing and bringing their personal lives into the office. And the third of those quotes said that women were power were loose cannons, which were often feel threatened by colleagues. Of course, David Brown, the one who conducted the research, said incredibly both men and women are in total agreement that men make better bosses. 63% of women and 75% of men.
Thank you, Dr. The debate is coming to an end, and we approach the conclusion. Closing statement by 12B and Resolute.
In conclusion, women have stronger soft skills and biological characteristics. Women shouldn't be locked into negative stereotypes and be told that they can't rise above men because men are stronger. For as Kashida Toshiko, one of the first Japanese feminists, rhetorically asked, if it's true that men are better than women because they're stronger, then why aren't solo wrestlers in the government? In the future, women will look more into their inner qualities because of science and technology. Women will strive to ensure a secure future in the long run where the work field belongs to them. More business success will be achieved due to stronger relations and trust in the workplace that the era of women gives out. every woman has the inner capacity, strength, and inner goodness to rise. Thus, we believe that the potential of women leadership is grand.
Numerous studies show subtle differences in male and female behavior and cognitive functions too. Men tend to be more aggressive, outperform women on mental, emotional, and physical aspects. Men are wired in such a way that they are more capable than women in most skills. As a conclusion, evidence that was provided by my teammates indicate and show us how superior men are. Physically speaking, an average man can exert up to 285 newtons, while women can reach 250. Therefore, we can conclude that men are better in jobs that require physical strength. In addition to, women are emotionally unstable. Emotional instability, strong decisions, and it also leads to poor performances. It's statistically proven that almost all of our modern and ancient science was discovered by men. Men have outlived women almost everything. The list of female inventors, writers, scientists, doctors, entrepreneurs, award-winning authors, and Nobel Prize winners pales in comparison to the number of men who have excelled in serious fields. I'm not saying that women don't contribute to society. Women's greatest purpose is to support a man so that he may carry out his professional career better. Thus, women contribute to society immeasurably. Men prove to be in all aspects of the professional world, while women remain less resultant. We, men, are the backbone of our society, so it's clear, undeniable, and certainly true that men are the superior gender.
Very shortly, kindly be quiet. The judge will need some time to calculate. We'll receive the results in like 2 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that little morning flash. This is the power of debating. Debating is a byproduct of critical thinking and problem solving. The best of education and